What is up, everyone? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Friday, November 3rd, and I am here to chat about WWE Smackdown and WWE Crown Jewel predictions. So, the predictions is pretty much going to be like the gist of our podcast here today because SmackDown only gave us quite a bit to talk about, which I think most of us expected given that it was the SmackDown right before Crown Jewel. And so right now there are, in Saudi Arabia or headed to Saudi Arabia, whatever the schedule is for that. So I think for the most part, we kind of knew what today's SmackDown was going to be, but this is essentially going to be a Crown Jewel prediction show on top of everything that actually was noteworthy to discuss about SmackDown here today. But before we get started, I want to thank everybody who is joining here live today. I know it's a Friday night, so, people want to relax, chill, have a good time. But let's get to it, man. Let's see who's up in here and let's talk some pro wrestling. Let's go. First and foremost, I want to shout out Sheldon Jackson, who at this point, I think I've lost count how many memberships he has gifted to the DWO here. Sheldon, I appreciate you. So thank you so much for gifting all of these memberships, man. Seriously. And also, I sent you a friend request on Instagram. We have a super chat here from Steven. Thank you so much to Steven for all the support. He says, AEW, take notice. This is how you feature your women multiple matches segments. I don't want Chelsea and Piper to lose the belts. They are comedy gold. So I know that right now, especially, I feel like the conversation surrounding women's wrestling and AEW and the way that AEW handles their women and what they do has intensified even more. And the reason for that is that we are starting to see, for example, NXT is just doing shining things with their women. Like they are shining bright right now with their women. And so personally, I feel that right now, because NXT is doing so well with the women, I feel like it's even shined this like brighter spotlight on the AEW women's division where people are looking at it and they're thinking, hey man, if freaking NXT, who's a developmental, can do this, why can't AEW do this, right? And so I have been seeing like an increase, I would say, because the women's division for AEW has always been a topic, right? It's always been a topic since they've been around. But I have felt like I've been seeing an increase surrounding that conversation, at least in the social media, Twitter realm of things is where I've definitely been seeing that. Thank you so much to Steven for getting in the super chat. And you mentioned here, I want to talk about this right now since you brought it up. It is Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They have been the team that we never knew that we actually wanted. Chelsea Green, since she came back to WWE, what she has done is honestly prove that they should have never let her go. Never should have let Chelsea Green go, because after she left WWE, she really rebuilt herself and she was doing phenomenal things in indie wrestling. Obviously, she was a regular on GCW with her husband, Matt Cardona, and they were doing their thing. Really fun stuff. Legitimately one of the nicest persons on the planet, too. And she then goes back to WWE and it feels like it's just the right character, the right time. She presents herself well. She brands herself well. She markets herself well. I know that sometimes we don't often talk about this, but I want to bring this up in particularly because we're talking about Chelsea Green right now. But Chelsea Green is one of the women in WWE that I truly feel knows how to market herself, right? For example, other people that we see do that constantly, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. And by that, I mean, when you go on their Instagram profiles, you get nothing but high quality photography, high quality images. They look like stars. They're out there dressed spectacularly. And all of that stuff, the way that you look, the way that you present yourself, your aesthetic on social media, it helps you boost yourself up to like a different level. It's really hard to explain, but I really do think that Chelsea Green has really nailed that down. Anyways, on top of that, she's doing comedic stuff with Piper Niven. I remember when she was teaming up with Sonya Deville, that was like the team that people were really enjoying because they were doing a good job, right? And unfortunately, Sonya Deville is out. And so she was replaced by Piper Niven. At first, I really wasn't sure how that was going to work. But once we actually started to see their dynamic together, it was very damn entertaining, especially following Halloween. I think that's what kind of really, really brought their relationship to life. When you saw them get all dressed up and do all of these fun costumes, it kind of showed like the difference in their personalities, but at the same time, how they're able to come together and have fun. Now, with that being said, they had a match today against Shotzi and Charlotte Flair. They were basically trying to punk Shotzi backstage, and so she gets a match, but she doesn't have a partner. So the surprise mystery partner is Charlotte Flair. And everybody's like, oh shit, how did Shotzi get Charlotte Flair to team up with her? And so the one thing that I will say this is I'm tired, and I get it because this is the gimmick, right? They always want to have Chelsea lose and all of that. But I'm tired of seeing them lose. They are our tag team champions. Rather, I know they're comedic tag team champions, but they are still our tag team champions. So personally, I want to start to see them get some W's. Now, we finally, though, I will say this, in this segment, freaking finally got Isla Dawn and Alba Fire on SmackDown. They did a little backstage thing where they were watching this match on the screen, and this needed to be done because the first thing that I said when I saw them on NXT last week was, these girls went from the NXT brand over to the main roster to finally have their dreams come true at a higher level, aren't shown on TV, got to go back to NXT and are finally shown. And therefore, the feud is finally moving forward because they did a little thing where it kind of seems like they were coming for Chelsea Green and Piper Niven's tag team title. So now it seems like things are slowly moving along for them, but it looks like they might give another shot to Charlotte Flair and Shotzi because immediately after they won their match, because it wasn't for the titles, commentary made sure to mention, oh, well, now they need a title shot. And I'm going to say this right now. I do not want to see Shotzi and Charlotte Flair as tag team champions. It's nothing against them, but they are super random as a tag team. And I'm really liking what Chelsea and Piper have going right now. So I agree with Steven. I want to keep the title on. I want to keep the titles on them. They are comedy gold. Let's keep it there. But Steven, thank you so much for the super chat and getting started here today. We got another one here from Sheldon Jackson who says, I'd say about 150 to 200 total gifted memberships to the DWO, because once you're DWO, you're DWO for life, and it's just too sweet. I got your request and accepted it. You deserve all the success in the world. Thank you so much, Sheldon. I'm going to message you pretty soon on Instagram, so please keep an eye out for that. And seriously, thank you, because gifting other people memberships not only helps me out, but it also helps other people out. So it's like a win-win on both sides. So seriously, thank you so much. Will Chisholm says, Chelsea Green and Piper being on all three shows gives me hope for the women's tag division. Well, not only that, but yeah, like they're everywhere, right? Because here's the thing, when you think about where they can get the most, where you can get the most bang for your buck with the women's tag team champions right now, it's over on NXT because they got a lot of women there. They really do. Over on the main roster, it's very far and few in between. That's why we're getting these random ass tag teams like Shotzi and Charlotte Flair, because we don't actually have a real women's division. But at least on NXT, there are some faces that aren't established so much that you can mold them into a team and do something there. For example, like Kaden and Katana. Oh my God, we just saw them not too long ago on Raw in this like really quick backstage segment. And then that's it. Like we haven't seen them at all. So there is way more to be done there with the women who are actual tag teams. I know that we don't all really know Kaden and Katana yet, but I at least appreciate that they're a real tag team. So let's run with that. Will Chisholm, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I do also have hopes for the women's tag team division. I mean, they're getting it. They're getting a lot of stuff with the women, right? Now you just gotta, it's like a pottery class, right? You gotta start getting it right. I've never taken pottery class. I just watched an episode of Step by Step a couple months ago where they took a pottery class. And so pottery stuck in my head now. But anyways, also I'm done with Step by Step. Everybody update, real life update. I'm done with Step by Step. Watched it all. Loved it. If you've never seen it, go and watch it if you're looking for a family-friendly, fun family-friendly show. There you go. And the new show that I'm watching now, I just started it. It's a new show. It's like two seasons in. I am watching The Gilded Age on HBO Max, excuse me. And so that's what I'm watching now. So if any people here watch The Gilded Age, let's chat because that's my new thing now. I always watch shows, so I'm always moving on from show to show. All right, but let's go ahead and rewind to the beginning of SmackDown because that's what we need to get into. I've been dying to get into this because I'm just going to say it, everybody, whether you like it or not, but Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, the head of the table, acknowledge him because he roasted LA Knight, guys. Ooh, I've been saying this over and over. I sound like a broken record. They need to spice things up with LA Knight's promos. The LA Knight, the let me talk to ya, all of that stuff is over. But where are the hot one-liners? They're not there. And today we had a pretty damn good one-liner from Roman Reigns. So LA Knight's doing his thing. He's telling the crowd how he's going to take the title away from Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns comes out. Roman tells him, like, dude, you ain't advancing the business. In fact, you're setting it back. I'm the one who's advanced this business. And guys, Roman Reigns acknowledges cinema. He says, what do the kids call it these days? Cinema? Well, I'm the star. Roman Reigns acknowledged cinema, ladies and gents. It officially happened. I don't think he's done it before, but you know what? Now that I think about it, my favorite thing from SmackDown lately with Roman Reigns has been him talking about slang that the kids are using these days. Because we've been talking about the yeet last time where he said he didn't like it. And then today he brings up cinema. Roman Reigns is the cool father, right? He's not like the dorky father. He's the cool father who's not like knowing what the hell is going on with the youngins these days. But anyways, so Roman Reigns tells LA Knight that all he's doing is being a redneck cosplay version of his cousin in reference to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Damn, guys. Damn, like that's what I'm talking about. The jabs, the one-liners. In a couple of months from now, if you ask me, Denise, what the hell did Roman Reigns say to LA Knight the one time that they feuded? I'm going to be like, oh yeah, he called him a redneck version of The Rock. I remember that. I'm going to remember that. I sound like a broken record, but it's true. We need more jabs like this. And today, Roman Reigns hit LA Knight with one, and before they can actually get physical with one another, they're pretty much separated apart. But that was at least something to kick things, to get the juices flowing. I liked this. I wish we would have gotten more from LA Knight here, though. I wanted LA Knight to have a strong comeback to Roman Reigns here because he just can't be called a freaking redneck version of The Rock. That's terrible. You need to come back and fight, man. You need to defend yourself. That's what we needed to see from LA Knight here, but we didn't get it. Man, we just didn't get it. We have a super chat here from, or actually a KW who's been a member of the DWO for 2 months, says, heard cinema, and I was like, someone check on Reg. Okay, I was going to message Reg or tweet him or something, but I know that he has the word cinema muted on Twitter because he said this. He tweeted that out before, that he has the word muted. So I'm like, he's not even going to see it. If I tweet him, he ain't even going to see it. So I'll probably just troll him about it on Wednesday because I know he hates cinema. I do too, but I love to troll Reg about it. I really, really do. We got Brother Dan, the Man Smith Reynolds, who's also a DWO member, says, love watching your lives from England, Denise. Dude, holy cow, it's super late in England. So thank you so much for even being on here at that hour, because I know it's super late, man. It is so hard to keep up with wrestling in real time when you live someplace else that's not the United States. So seriously, thank you so much for tuning in. Mike Parker, PWMM, sends in a super chat saying, might be the end of the road as for the super push for LA Knight. Totally overshadowed by Roman, and he's obviously taking the L tomorrow. He's down to US title level after this. So I know we're going to get into Crown Jewel predictions in just a second, but I'm just going to go ahead and kind of pull up the card here, even though I already know which match I'm going to get into first, which is Roman Reigns, LA Knight. But I'll be honest, guys, at this point, I'm sorry, but I was already feeling, and this is what, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared that WWE is finally going to have Roman Reigns lose. Because all of these times, right, the fans have wanted it, right? A lot of people wanted it with Sami Zayn. A lot of people wanted it with Cody Rhodes. And what if they just don't read? What if this time they think, oh, because LA Knight is so over that this is it. Like, this is the moment to go with LA Knight. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, shit, it's very different, right? Because yes, LA Knight's over, but I don't compare him being over the same way that Sami Zayn was over or the same way that Cody Rhodes was over. All of these guys, even between Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, were all over in really different ways. And I'm sorry, but when you think of Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn and that whole storyline, that's been the best storyline of them all. It's been better than Roman Cody. It's been better than way better than Roman LA Knight. To me, the Roman Reigns Sami Zayn story is up here, man. To me, that one ranks the highest. And they didn't have Sami Zayn win at that match in freaking Montreal. If Sami Zayn had the most over storyline with Roman Reigns and the bloodline, and he didn't get the victory, I'm sorry. I cannot go with LA Knight here. Same thing with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes came in red freaking hot. Dude crossed over from the competitor side on AEW to come to WWE. Not only was this one of the first jumps from AEW to WWE when it pretty much was all going one direction from WWE to AEW, but it was a freaking EVP, Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes comes in red hot, debuts at freaking WrestleMania, has a killer freaking story with Seth Rollins. He earns all of this respect going into the Hell in a Cell, having the full-on freaking match at Hell in a Cell with a torn pec. Everyone here, the second I say it, you all envisioned it. The torn pec. Everyone remembers what that thing looked like. And just, of course, I'm not even talking about everything else that Cody Rhodes did before WWE and everything there. And so for me, I look at this and I go, if it didn't happen with Sami Zayn and it didn't happen with Cody Rhodes, I cannot see it happening with LA Knight. And that's personally where I'm at when it comes to the prediction here. But as always, WWE, you just never know what they're going to do. Nobody expected Cody Rhodes to lose at WrestleMania. So what if they want to surprise us here? I don't know. I don't think they are. There's a little piece of me that goes, what if? But I don't think they are. So I'm fully on board here with Roman Reigns retaining. And Mike Parker, thank you so much for the super chat. Seriously. All righty, everyone. So that's where we're at with that. Let me go ahead and get into really quickly. We got Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. I'm just going to be real here. I was very surprised by how underwhelming this match was because I've seen better from both Kevin Owens and Austin Theory in the ring. I was surprised. I felt like they could have gone harder with this one. I didn't really get much from this match, which was unfortunate because, again, we've seen better from both guys. Grayson was on commentary. He has fun on commentary. Grayson Waller's a really good speaker, so that was perfectly okay. Kevin Owens won with the KO, with the stunner, on Austin Theory, but I was definitely expecting a lot more. Jared says that Austin Theory promo. Oh, brother. Oh, man. I feel bad because I really like Austin Theory. He's a very nice person. At one point, I feel I really saw the potential in Austin Theory. But now I feel that this last run as United States champion, I'm just assuming, but it kind of feels like from an outsider's perspective, it feels like Austin Theory may have lost some confidence. And that's just the way that I'm seeing it from, again, an outsider's perspective, because I don't know, guys, It seems like when they did the whole Bobby Lashley thing and the whole cash-in, like that was the dumbest thing they could have done, right? A lot of people were defending it, saying, oh, it's a fresh start for Austin Theory. Okay, fine. Let's look at it that way. Nothing has happened since then. Things started to, he got buried by Roman Reigns at one point on SmackDown. And then afterwards, we kind of started to see maybe things get a little better for Austin Theory. He wins the U.S. title. Then the U.S. title is just completely forgotten about. And therefore, you forget about the champion. If you forget about the belt, you forget about the champion. You forget about the champion. You forget about the belt. And now I thought, okay, maybe the stuff with Grayson will work. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think they need to keep trying to figure out what can work here, because I do believe that Austin Theory has a lot of freaking potential, because I've seen shades of it. I really, truly have seen shades of it. Now it's just a matter of, I guess, making that a little bit more authentic and making it more consistent. So we'll see. We will definitely see. But yeah, I'm pretty much seeing a lot of people say the exact same thing about the promo. And yeah, unfortunately, this one's too. Joseph Boza says Theory had probably one of the worst matches in WrestleMania history. Yeah, and the crowd was being very generous that day, honestly, because people were excited. They were at WrestleMania. People were like, woo, we're at WrestleMania. And they were reacting to everything. You know, people were having a good time. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest match, but at least people were reacting. And I know because I was there. So I felt like the people were at least, you know, giving effort as an audience to react to what you were seeing. All right, so we ended up seeing B-Fab, by the way, backstage, not confront, but she comes up to Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, and she asked to speak with Bobby Lashley. And it looks like B-Fab wants to join them. Now, I'm going to be totally sincere here. And when I saw B-Fab, I thought, oh shit, I forgot B-Fab was there. For some reason, I had completely forgotten that she wasn't released along with, when Top Dollar was released and all of that. I had completely forgotten because we had not seen her out there, out of sight, out of mind. And that's where I was with B-Fab. Now, with that being said, I'm totally for this. I want to see B-Fab with them. We've been talking about them putting a woman with them, and a lot of us thought it would be Bianca Belair, right? Because her husband's there. But Bianca Belair, she doesn't really totally need it. She can be doing her own thing, right? Because she's Bianca Belair. She's the EST. She doesn't need all of the extra stuff. Whatever. B-Fab, though, she, on the other hand, does need this stuff. So I feel like this is the perfect spot for B-Fab, and she might add that little extra sizzle that this group has been needing. And also, they need to just have they to this day finally referred to them as the Hurt Business 2.0 or anything? Like, are they being called anything? I don't recall that. And I still have to be saying Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. It's too long. I want to just say a group name, but I don't think they've ever actually referred to them as Hurt Business 2.0. I think that's what us, the fans, refer to them, but I don't think WWE has. Someone please remind me if they actually have, because it's kind of escaping my brain right now. No, Tiger Claw says he doesn't think so. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I don't think so either. All right, so let's get into the next topic here, and that is Solo Sikoa and John Cena. So we were talking about roasting people and Roman Reigns roasting LA Knight. Well, my friends, John Cena came out here and was like, I want to roast somebody too. And he happened to roast Solo Sikoa. So Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman are out there doing the talking their thing. And John Cena comes out, and Solo basically says that he's been given orders by Roman Reigns to give John Cena the microphone so that he can say goodbye to all of his fans. Now, last week, I was talking about this on the post show where I said that I really wish they would not have done the Samoan spike last week. I still stand by that. But with that being said, I'm glad that John Cena came out and really, really sold that. He really sold the raspy voice. I don't even know how I guess I know how he did it now that I'm trying it myself. Oh, if you come out and you start talking like this, yeah, it works. All right, so John Cena, and he's an actor, so clearly he knows the methods and the things to do. So John Cena comes out there and he's talking like that. So I love that because that's putting over the Samoan spike. So if he takes another one at Crown Jewel, dude might not have a voice. And his voice, like Paul Heyman said, is the thing that connects him to the WWE universe. So I did like that. But anyways, my favorite part in all of this was that John Cena told Solo Sikoa that he's only even in the company because he's cousins, because of his cousin. And then he calls him, and I even thought I heard this wrong, but Twitter confirmed that I did not hear this wrong. He says that Solo Sikoa is a bargain basement Taz ripoff. I thought that was a really good line. It was two good lines back to back. But you know, John Cena, he obviously sold that with a lot more flair, a lot more enthusiasm than I did. And after he says all those things, he's like, mic drop. And he says that, there you go, like that's 90 seconds, bam. So the way that I see it was, you know, he was kind of breaking the fourth wall there by saying that he was clearly given 90 seconds. He went out there, roasted the guy in 90 seconds, and that's it. His job is done, and he's out. That was freaking cool. I loved this. I thought it was really freaking great. And, you know, Solo Sikoa is more on the quiet side, so he's not a speaker, right? He's not the kind of person that would come back to John Cena with these killer lines, right? No. That's not really Solo Sikoa's style. So John Cena really had his way there, and it was freaking great. So I was a big fan of that for sure. We got another super chat here from Mike Parker who says, Theory was a McMahon project, in my opinion, and he is a casualty of the regime change right now. He's still young and could get another chance later. Just my take. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, nobody here has forgotten those really odd Vince McMahon vignettes, whatever the fridge you want to call them, between him and Austin Theory. Y'all remember the golden egg? Everybody here remembers the golden egg. I remember covering this on Raw and telling Sean and everybody that I don't even think I really understood what the hell was going on. At one point, I was misreading the entire thing. I don't know what I thought, but it was weird. You couldn't hear Vince McMahon talk. You couldn't even understand what he was saying, but you knew that he liked Austin Theory because he was being associated with him and he was being on camera with him. He was getting the Vince McMahon rub. So it was clear that there was something there. But even with the regime change, though, here's the thing, though. Triple H did the whole scrapping, like I said, of the U.S. title, and then he ended up getting the U.S. title back. Of course, though, there was some in and out with Vince McMahon and creative during all this time period. Now he's, out, at least from what we've last heard. So I don't know. It may seem like a tug of war situation or a push and pull situation that he might have gotten stuck in. I don't know. That's just an assumption there. But I hope that he finds his confidence and I hope that he finds his groove, because that's the only way. Because here's the thing, guys, like I know we're constantly, talking and critiquing people and all of this, right? But if you go online and you read the stuff that people are saying about you, that the fans are saying about you, all of a sudden it really can mess with your confidence, right? Because you could be doing a million things right, but then when you start focusing on all of the things you're doing wrong, you're not even doing the things that you were doing right anymore because you're so focused on trying to correct the wrong. And the next thing you know, you don't even know who you are anymore. So I don't know. Again, just an assumption. Mike Parker, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that a whole lot. All right, everyone. And we also had a really good match here, by the way. Donnybrook match. It was no DQ countouts, no countouts, only win by pinfall or submission. And it was Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly. This was by far, this was the second best match of the night. It was fun. They did a couple of spots. Really good stuff here. Honestly, it wasn't bad at all. And we end up seeing Pretty Deadly get the win after they put Butch through a table and win the match. So it was good stuff here. We had the weigh-in between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. And this is what it is. I don't mind it. It's nothing really to be like so crazy about, but I actually did like what they did here. It wasn't the weigh-in itself that I liked. It was Rey Mysterio's actions afterwards, because if you paid close attention, after he slapped him, everybody saw the slap, right? So Rey Mysterio bitch slaps Logan Paul. It's a really good slap. But if you pay attention afterwards, he still had the microphone. And so Rey Mysterio just goes, boom, and he just hits Logan Paul right in the head. Oh my God. It was I'm sorry, but sometimes I laugh at the stupidest things ever. And that to me was like probably not that big of a deal, but I thought it was the funniest thing ever that he just went boop and hit him in the freaking head. Hits him in the head with the microphone. Think about that, guys. How it's just so funny. It's like the dumbest thing ever, but it's hilarious. So, anyways, that was the one thing that really popped me with this. So, yay, Rey Mysterio. All right, guys, before we get into our main event, I do want to get into Crown Jewel predictions. However, many of you guys may have seen over on the community tab on YouTube, but today I'm going to bring in members. So if you are a member of the DWO and you want to come in here on the video chat, or you can do audio, you don't have to turn on your video camera. But if you want to come in and give one of your predictions of Crown Jewel, you are more than welcome to. I'm actually going to share the link in the YouTube community tab. So if you guys want to hop on in, if you're not shy, you are more than welcome to do so. And give me 1 second while I should have probably had somebody else do this instead of me. But anyways, I'm about to post this. Here we go. 1 second. I think I posted it. Oh my God. Yeah, I think I posted. Okay. There we go. It should work. All right, guys. If it doesn't work, please let me know in the comments. But anyways, if you want to hop in and you want to give your opinion, hop in now. Please know that it only allows a couple of people in here at a time. So if you're not able to get in, just wait a bit. And the second somebody comes out, you can come on in. Of course, I don't know how many of you guys actually want to come in and chat, but if you do, the option is now there. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into Bayley versus Bianca, because that was our main event. It was Bianca's first match and she returned. She's on a revenge tour where she's trying to, take out Damage Control. Obviously, she can't really with Dakota Kai because Dakota Kai is still injured and can't wrestle, but she has a match tomorrow at Crown Jewel with Io. And so today she went after Bayley. And guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because you guys know I've said this a zillion times, but Bayley, Bianca, those are my girls, man. Them too, all of their matches that they've had together when they feud were always so freaking good. Always so freaking good. So seeing them and all the things that they've done, I was kind of not really expecting them to have much time for some reason on today's show. I really wasn't expecting too much, but they actually gave them a good amount of time. Bayley went right after Bianca was like punching her and all of this, and Bianca fired back with the same type of aggression, and we saw this play out through the entire match. And then right before the actual match ended, we ended up seeing Bianca do her little whip with her braid, and she whipped Bayley right in the midsection. Now, because Bianca had been gone for 2 months, we haven't seen her do that. In a good while, we haven't seen her do that. So seeing her hit that whip, hit the KOD, get the win. It was a strong victory. And then after the match, she sent a message to Io by basically putting Bayley through the table. So we had some great freaking stuff there in that main event. Now, before we go ahead and move on, I want to go ahead and just let you guys all know, many of you guys may have seen my announcement already over on Twitter and social media, but I have officially launched a store. I did a bunch of research and I decided to go with Big Cartel. The link is in the description box below, but I'm officially selling 8x10s, and there's an example there on the screen, but for those on the audio, it's a photo shoot that I did in Malibu, and I have a couple of photos now that are for sale on my Big Cartel website. Of course, link is in the description box, and check it out, guys, or you can go on my social medias and find those links. But now let's go ahead and bring in some of the members here from the DWO and see what they've got going on. I'm going to kick things off with Mike Parker. Mike, what is up? Hey, dude.
Hey.
You.
So yes, I did go to your store. So
you.
So you will be officially in here.
I don't know why, but I can't hear you, Mike.
Oh, you can't. Well, let me see.
Let me give you a second to figure things out, and I'll bring you back. All right, guys, let's let Mike take a second to figure that stuff out. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Steven. Steven, let's see what he's got going on. Hey, Steven.
What's up?
All right, is this me? I can't hear you either.
I think it's you.
You think it's me? What the heck? Huh, that's weird. I don't know why I can't hear you. Let's see. That's so weird. All right, give me a second to figure this out. I don't know why I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
All right, so second.
How about now? Now your mic cut out.
Gosh darn it. I don't know what's happening. Nope.
How about now?
All right. Pause, guys. Technical difficulty. It's definitely me, and I don't know what is happening. That is so weird. Settings. No, it hates me. Why is it working? All right.
It happens.
What am I doing? All right, guys. I don't know what is happening. Everyone here in the chat can hear him except me. I don't know why. It's so freaking weird. Here, and I don't know what it is. My StreamYard just decided not to work. All right, so what I'm going to do is I will have Steven come on. Steven, you say your thing since the chat can hear you. I can't hear you, but at least the chat will be able to hear you, and then I'll just remove you and figure it out later. I'm so sorry. Hey, Steven, say your thing.
Can you hear me? Okay, well, since Denise can't hear me, I guess we can officially begin the roast of Denise Salcedo. So, because she can't hear us, but I predict Roman wins tomorrow morning at Crown Jewel. And then I also believe that he's going to come up with a way to say, you know what? I'm tired of all this. I'm just going to go home and relax. And then we don't see him for months and months, because rumors going around that he's going to be taking time off. And I think this could be a good way for him.
Steven.
You know what? I'm good.
I'm so sorry. I didn't hear anything at all. Like nothing. I don't know what's happening with my stream. It's so weird. It's never done that before. So I want to apologize for the mistake there. But seriously, thank you so much for hopping on. And I'm so sorry. I'm going to do a better test next time. Sorry, Steven. Guys, this is a disaster. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm going to have to freaking figure this out afterwards. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and finish out my Crown Jewel predictions and figure out what the hell happened to my setup here. So anyway, so let's get into these Crown Jewel predictions. And so we already started off. Let's start off with the kickoff match. We got Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough. And this one here, I feel like you just gotta I don't know what the hell they're doing anymore with this storyline. JD McDonough, I don't think anybody really cares anymore. So we got to figure out what they're doing there. I think this one could go either way. I would prefer for it to be Sami Zayn, so I'm just going to go with Sami Zayn. And then the WWE Women's Championship match, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. This one definitely has to. Oh, I forgot it's for the title. I'm going to say Bianca Belair, but I'm not too sure. But I think I'm going to go with Bianca Belair right now. John Cena, Solo Sikoa. I was going to say that John Cena should put over Solo Sikoa and have Solo Sikoa win here. But after tonight's promo, man, I think I want to see a good feel-good moment with John Cena there. So I'm going to go with John Cena here. Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. Cody Rhodes, man, he needs to get that W on this one. United States Championship, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. I'm going with Logan Paul here. And I know some people don't want that, but I'm still stuck on my prediction that if we get Logan Paul as U.S. champion, then maybe we can see him in a program there with LA Knight. So I can see that possibly being a situation there. And then we do have a prediction here from Mike Parker, who says, I think this will be where Bayley cost Io. I like that, because we've been waiting to see when she's actually going to cost her the match. All right. That's a good prediction. Thank you so much, Mike Parker. And then Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley is defending her title against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Raquel Rodriguez in a fatal 5-way. Rhea Ripley has to win, guys. Ain't no way. If I want to get my Becky Lynch Rhea Ripley, WrestleMania match. I ain't planning on seeing Rhea Ripley lose anything here. All right. Ain't gonna happen. World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I'm good with Seth Rollins being done already as champ. I'm ready for something new, and I think that new thing could be Drew McIntyre. So I am expecting a title change here in this match. And then the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. Roman Reigns. Oof. All right, let's get some super chats in here, see what people are saying. Stephen Marchuli says, does Jade and Bianca start post-Crown Jewel? That's a good question. I don't know, because we're still in this weird spot where we don't know where Bianca's going. Is she going to NXT, Raw, or SmackDown? Is she going everywhere? I feel like if we at least had some indication if she was going to go to a certain brand or go to NXT, then I'd probably feel a little bit better about that. But I don't think so. I think if anything, if she's going to go to the main roster, it's going to be in a program against Becky Lynch. And if she goes on NXT, then it's to be in a program with Lyra Valkyria. So I think Lyra or Becky are honestly the options, because Jade was out there in their match watching. To me, that had to be for a purpose, for a reason. If not, then they just had her out there because, they just wanted to get an extra boost. I don't know. But the point is that now I'm set that if she goes to the main roster, her first feud is going to be Becky Lynch. At least that's the way that the story is shaping out to look right now. Thank you so much to Steven and for sending that super chat in. Thank you so much for that. All right, guys, that is it. So I am expecting 2 title changes tomorrow, and I'm expecting the World Heavyweight Championship to change and the United States Championship to change, possibly the WWE Women's Championship to change. So maybe 3 title changes tomorrow. Alrighty, everybody. Before I go ahead and continue on, I want to let you guys know, did I say the wrong name? What did I say? The dead man says Jade, not Bianca, but you meant Jade. What did I say? It says, does Jade and Bianca start post-Crown Jewel? No, I don't think so, because I'm expecting Jade to feud with Becky. Is that what I said? Is that not what I said? Oh my gosh. Guys, the ending of this post show has been a disaster. Everything was good all the way up until the end where I couldn't hear anybody's audio. So I'll have to figure that out now. Something to stress about. I got to figure that out before Busted Open tomorrow morning, or else I'm going to have mic trouble. So hopefully I get that all figured out. Someone said I said Bianca. Oh, did I say Bianca instead of Jade? Okay, well, you guys know what I meant. I was thinking about Jade. But anyways, that is it for here today. Before I go, I do need to give one more shout out to everybody. So a lot of you guys have been leaving the Apple reviews, and we got another one here. And this is from a Broham who says, a blue thunder bomb of fun. This wrestling podcast is a blue thunder bomb of fun. Denise brings an infectious enthusiasm to the airwaves, keeping listeners on the edge of their seats with her hot takes on the latest matches, controversies, and scandals in the world of professional wrestling. She knows how to work the mic like it's a steel chair. 1, 2, 3, ring the bell. First of all, Broham, your use of words is like the best thing ever. Like, you should probably work in advertising or something, because you really, really have a way with words. Thank you so much for taking the time to leave this review. If you guys want to go and leave a review, you can. The link is in the description box below of my Apple Podcast page. Again, I'm trying to get to 100. I'm at 78 right now. So only 22 away from that 100 goal. All right, guys, that is it. I got to go figure out what the hell. Oh, Abraham, he's here. Abraham, he says, that's me, and he's here. Woo! Okay, I always hope that the people I read their reviews actually hear when I read their reviews. I always worry that they're going to miss it. So I'm always telling people, okay, if you left a review and you haven't heard your review, check it out on this show. So yay, that's good. It makes me happy to hear that. All right, guys, that is it. I got to go figure out what's going on with my StreamYard. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will be back here tomorrow for a late night Crown Jewel post show. I'm going to be going live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Phil Lindsay of Grapsity, so it'll be a good time. We'll be in here hanging out and chatting about whatever it is that occurs at Crown Jewel. Once again, that's going to be taking place at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then I will be back on Sunday for an AEW Collision post show on Sunday, though. So a little bit of shuffling, but we figured it out. So thank you, everybody, and I'm so sorry for the audio issues. And thank you, everybody. Take care.